Have a seat.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Have a seat, please.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Azka. Can you tell us about yourself, please?
My name is Muhamad Fatih Azka. You can call me Fatih. And I come from Indonesia, but I've been living in Kuala Lumpur for about 4 years as I studied political science at International Islamic University, Malaysia. And it has been one of my greatest interests to work in one of the most prestigious international organizations that focus its attentions on providing education in rural areas.
Do you think that you have any strength? What is your strength?
I think I have 3 strengths that are relevant in this job. Firstly, I'm a highly hardworking and committed person. I will do whatever it takes to complete any given task and to make sure that it is valuable, which means that I'm not only delivering it in terms of quantity, that the job that I can finish, but also I strive to make it in a high quality works. And secondly, I'm a good communicator. I have the ability to convey any information to people around me to understand it clearly and properly. And then thirdly, for the last 4 years during my university time, my colleagues frequently ask me to be their leader when it comes to group assignments. And my lecturers also tend to ask me when it comes to giving instructions to our classes. They regard me as a good and reliable as well as trustworthy leader. I think those are my strengths.
Okay, Azka, you have strength, but what makes you different from the other applicants?
Yes, Mr. Denny, thank you so much for your compliments. And I think what makes me distinguished from other applicants is that I'm able to speak fluently in more than 2 foreign languages, which are Arabic, Persian, Turkish, as well as Bahasa Indonesia. I strongly believe that by having those ability in speaking fluently in those foreign languages, I could give very significant contributions toward these organizations to reach bigger impact and to reach wider audience from diverse nationalities.
Do you think that you have any weaknesses?
To be honest, Mr. Barry, my weakness is that I'm a procrastinator. I tend to procrastinate things when it comes to work. I will delay if I have a chance to delay the works. But oftentimes, I could manage this bad behavior by having or by setting the deadlines of works earlier than the actual deadlines, so that I can keep up with the demands from the job.
Okay, Mr. Azka, what do you see yourself after 5 years? After 5 years from now, I mean in the future.
From 5 years from now, Mr. Barry, in the future, I see myself in a position where I have more capacity to bear more responsibilities and develop leadership skills in order to be more contributive towards achieving this organization's goals.
What do you know about our organization?
Yes, Mr. Danny, I know your organization very well because your organization has been known for its excellence in providing services around the world, especially in providing education in rural areas. And it has been known that your organization has established more than 400 schools in Latin America, Asia, as well as in African continent. And I'm really inspired by the achievement of these organizations for the last 2 years, especially when this organization received Literacy Award from the World Associations of NGO last year in 2016. And this awards, to me, it is the most important proof that this organization is significantly giving contributions, real impacts towards the people around the world.
How do you well handle change?
I believe that I can keep up with changes very well in any kind of setting, in any kind of environment, because I believe that I'm a very adaptive person, and I always persevere and strive to be better in any kind of setting. And I had an experience before when I was working as KL Tourism Ambassador, when my management team was changed from a private consultancy company to governmental organizations. As you may know that the nature of private company is that they don't have any rigid bureaucracies so long as the customers are satisfied with your service. But on the other hand, in public organizations, they have more rigid and more procedures to follow, which are sometimes really difficult to follow up. And at the end of the day, I could manage to finish my 2 years contract, and those two management teams were happy about my performance.
Do you work well under pressure?
Working under pressure is not an easy thing to do, I admit it. But with the researchers and the skills that I have, I believe I could work well in any kind of situations, be it under pressure or not. I still am able to give my best performance. I had an experience before in this case where I got a lot of pressures from my academic commitment as well as my responsibility as an event organizer. Exactly last year in 2016, when I was working as Assistant of Program Manager for Asia Pacific Future Leader Conference in Kuala Lumpur. At that time, I also got a lot of demands from my academic commitments to finish up my assignments within short period of time. And at the end of the day, I could manage both commitments to be fulfilled very well with the strategies that I have and the priorities that I set. In organizing the conference, I did not hesitate to delegate some tasks to my crews properly for organizing the conference, and also I did not hesitate to work extra hours to finish up my assignments. And Alhamdulillah, at the end I managed to get very good marks from my assignments, and the conference was very well organized.
How do you make important decisions?
When it comes to making important decisions, I want to take it seriously. I don't want to be clumsy about it. Therefore, mainly I have three strategies to make sure that everything is right. Firstly, I will consider the benefits or the advantage as well as the disadvantage of the decisions that I'm going to make. And secondly, after having those considerations, I will also look at the consequences that I will be having from the result of the decision. And thirdly, I will seek advice from my seniors or from people that I deem knowledgeable and experienced in these situations, so that I will not be getting very negative results from my decision.
Thank you very much, Mr. Azka, for coming here and answering our questions. I think this is our last of our interview. Later you will be notes shortly about your interview, so thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Barry and Mr. Danny, for your attention and for your time. I hope that